Hey guys, welcome back to Rain City Gaming. It's your boy Blackfight, and today we're going to be talking about my PS4 collection. It's a pretty large collection, I guess for me. It's much larger than my last two collections I showed you guys, so this one's going to take a little bit longer to get through. So let's go ahead and dive in right now. First up we got Secret of Mana. And see, I got it from the GameStop. I have not played this one yet. I will be playing it soon. I have a pretty big backlog to get through, so I will be playing this. I'm very excited to play it. So, got that one first. Next up we got Trials of Mana. Another game in the Secret Mana series of games. Really good. I finished this one, got the Platinum. Really enjoyable. You guys should definitely pick that one up. Next up we got, I just picked this one up, Strangers of Paradise. I don't know anything about it other than I got it from Amazon for like $5. See, it's still sealed. Guess I just bought a few games still sealed from Amazon because they were like dirt cheap. So I look forward to playing this one too. Next up we got Life is Strange Before the Storm. This one's also sealed. Got it from Amazon for a couple bucks. And it looks like I can hear the landscapers outside. Sorry about that, guys, if you guys can hear that. Next up we have Shenmue 3. I played the first one back in the Dreamcast days. Never played the second one. This one's also sealed. Just picked it up from Amazon for a couple bucks. I'm kind of wondering if I should even open it. Or maybe try to find it, digitally and play it digitally. Instead of opening this one, I kind of want to keep it sealed, like I said. Next up we got Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse. This game actually got stolen from me. I had to buy another one from GameStop, but they didn't give me a cover, so I had to go online, find the cover, and print it out myself, so that's why it looks a little weird. Yeah, I had to print it myself. Still got the sticker on there. But yeah, it's a pretty good game. I really enjoyed this one. And next up we got Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Actual improvement on the last game. Really good. I still have this one. Nobody stole this one from me. Thank God. Seems to be the thing when I go through my collections here. I keep telling you guys, people keep stealing my games. That's why no one's allowed to come in my house anymore. So, another good game. Highly recommend it if you like Dragon Ball. Next up we get Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Really good game. More open world, which was a nice change of pace other than just, a fighting game. So, yeah. Really good game. Really enjoy it. So, definitely pick this one up too. I think I'm going to go ahead and pause my video right here, right now, until these landscapers finish. I'll be right back, guys. Sorry about that little interruption. We are back. These landscapers are taking a lot longer than I thought to do this, whatever they're doing outside. But anyways, let's jump back into this. Next up, we got Fallout 76. This game needs no introduction. Everybody knows about this game. There's lots of videos out there about it. And, it's very infamous. So we'll go ahead and move on to the next game, which actually didn't do much better at release, which was Cyberpunk 2077. I think I played this game for maybe an hour and I just couldn't take it anymore because the game was very broken. But I hear now it's a lot better, so I might jump back into it eventually. Like I said, I got a pretty big backlog of games to get through, so eventually I'll get back to this one. So here it's pretty good now. Next up we got, sorry if I don't say this right, Atelier Ryza. Really good game. I actually have all three of them. First two on PS4 and the last one on PS5. Highly recommend this if you like JRPGs. Like I said, next up we got part 2 of that game. Right here. Should I go ahead and turn my light right here? Might be a little too bright. So another really good game. Highly recommend it. Go pick it up. Yeah, in fact, go buy all three. If you can get all three at one time, buy all three. Next up we have, if I turn my light back a little bit, I don't want to be too dark. We have Made of Skur. It's a survival horror game. Pretty good. If you're into survival horror games, that's what I mostly play on my channel. I don't think I uploaded a playthrough of this. I don't think I did. Next up we have, let's go into this pile. This is one of the things that kind of irritates me about buying games from GameStop. They give you a game with no case and no cover. This is Dragon Quest Heroes 2. It was okay. Not the greatest game out there. But I wish they would have gave me an actual case with a cover. I don't know if somebody just traded in the disc or maybe the cover was destroyed or was broken or something, and they just did this instead. I don't know the story behind that. Maybe you guys know. I don't know. But let's move on. Next up, we got Guardians of the Galaxy, a Telltale series. You know, pretty much how these games go, the Telltale games. Trim the light a little more. So, you know, you just play it, answer questions, make decisions, stuff like that. You guys know all about that. So next up we have Sword Art Online. Lost Song. This was alright. I enjoyed it. Once again, another JRPG, and I really like JRPGs. Next up we got another Sword Art Online game. This one I did not like at all. This one was more, I don't know, felt more like a visual novel than an actual game, because there's just a whole lot of talking. God, this game has a lot of talking. Played it for like maybe 12 hours, 15 hours, I can't remember, but I just got bored of it. I just couldn't take it anymore. I just stopped playing it. And next up we have Far Cry Primal. A very different take on Far Cry, that's for sure. No guns, none of that stuff. Just good old bow and arrows and spears. So definitely interesting if you want to play a game that's takes place back in the caveman days. So yeah, I still had fun with it. It was interesting. Next up we got Far Cry 5. I really enjoyed this one. Had a lot of humor. So I definitely recommend this if you like the Far Cry games. They don't take themselves too seriously, which I really enjoy. The follow-up to that one is Far Cry New Dawn. It's actually a direct follow-up to it. Really enjoyable. Really liked it. So I suggest, you guys pick up both of those. Next up we have Zone of the Enders. Second runner. Once again, like I said in my last couple of videos, I bought this game so many times for each system. Here's my PS4 version. I don't think they have it on PS5. And this one actually you can play it with VR too, but I don't have a VR headset. So I really enjoy the Zone of the Enders series. I think this one's only the second game. I don't think it has the first game on there. Only the second one, I believe. 1 and 2 players. Now, a lot of these games I didn't know were 2 player. I gotta go back and see these games to see how they're 2 players. Anyway, let's move on. Next up we got Street Fighter V. I only bought this because my buddy likes Street Fighter and he wanted me to play it. I think I played it for maybe an hour and I just didn't like it. It was very bare bones. It didn't even have an arcade mode when it came out. The online didn't work. There was no story mode, nothing. I was like, what kind of game is this? And it was like with $60 and the game had nothing in it, which was so weird. When you play previous, Street Fighter games, you actually got more game with your game, I guess you could say. But yeah, let's move on. We have Rise of the Tomb Raider. Really like this game. I really like this trilogy, actually. It was pretty fun to play. Some people prefer, the older Lara Croft opposed to the new Lara Croft, but I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to be that picky about little things and nitpick everything, So I did enjoy it. It was pretty fun. So next up, of course, I have Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Now, I do have the first one too, but it's digital. So I did have the first one for Xbox 360. I let a coworker borrow it. He moved. And I kept asking him to give my game back, and he never returned it to me. So I lost that game. So like I said, yeah, my games just keep getting stolen. It's very frustrating. So many of my games get stolen. But yeah, another good game. Actually, I need to get back to playing the DLC in this one, which I got, came with it. I just never went back to play them. So eventually I'll get back to playing that, or the DLC. So I did beat the game, did get the platinum, all that. So nice that we got. Better be in there. Resident Evil Origins Collection comes with Resident Evil 0 and 1 Remake, which are really good. Highly recommend them. I think you can buy these dirt cheap. So get them now while you can. While the games are still around, you can probably get on Amazon or even GameStop for a couple bucks. I'd recommend Amazon because you can probably get it brand new from Amazon for a couple bucks, opposed to getting it used. After that, we have Resident Evil 2 Remake. Really good. Highly recommend it. Do not pass up on it at all. Really good game. I got the platinum for this one, definitely, because I loved it that much. So I highly recommend you guys get that one too. After that one, we have Resident Evil 3 Remake. This one was not as good because they cut so much content from the original, which they should have kept in. This one felt more like an actual cash grab because they knew Part 2 was so good, and they really rushed this one out to, you know, get that money. Because everybody was in love with the last one. But yeah, if you have to play it, I say play it. If you get it really cheap, then get it, you know. And after that, we have Resident Evil 4. And I do have the Resident Evil 5 remake on PS5. I don't know if I'm gonna do a PS5 game collection video because it's, you know, that's the current gen. I want to do like last gen and before. So, classic game. I originally got this one on GameStop. Not GameStop. So sorry. GameCube. I bought it at GameStop. It came with its own special like GameStop tin. So yeah, good game. Highly recommend it. You gotta play this one and the remake. They're both pretty good. Next up we have Resident Evil 5. If you saw my Xbox 360 video, I already talked about this one, how I'm not a big fan of it. But I did buy it again because I wanted to play with my buddy online. Because there isn't too many good co-op games out there nowadays. So I recommend this one if you want to play it with a buddy. Next up we have Resident Evil 6, which I also have in my 360 collection also. You see I got this one cheap. I think it was actually cheaper than that. I think I got this around the holidays. You can get usually like buy 3 games, get 2 free. So that's the only thing I like about GameStop. You can get a lot of free games from them. But yeah, if you don't know about that, don't need to talk about it. Next up we got Resident Evil 7. It was a what's the word I'm looking for? I can't even think of the word, but going back to where it all started, basically, you know, with the horror, not so much action, going back to their roots. So yeah, check it out if you want to. It's first-person view, unlike previous Resident Evils that had like the, you know, the static camera angle, stuff like that. But yeah, it's okay. I highly recommend it. After that, we got Little Nightmares 2. I actually had the first game too, but I think I had the first one digitally. You know, when I'm going through my collections, I'm realizing now I don't want to buy any more digital games. You know, I bought enough, but you can't do anything with your digital games. Like I said, you can't collect them like this. You can't keep them and preserve them. You hit retirement age, you probably want to sell your collection if, you know, your retirement. You can't do that with your digital collection. Unless we can find a way to do that. You know, sell your hard drive with a bunch of downloaded games maybe, I don't know. But highly, highly recommend this game, really good. It's a little bit on the short side, but really, really good. If you can get it for cheap, I think you can get 1 and 2 in a combo collection. Definitely pick it up. Next up, we got It Takes Two. Really, really good game. Highly recommend it. If you got a buddy to play with, because you have to play this game with somebody. It's a co-op game. You can't play it by yourself. You have to have somebody to play it with. So definitely pick it up. It's very fun. They have a very unique way of doing co-op, which I really like. It really focuses on that co-op aspect of the game. It's not like something like Contra, where you could play by yourself or co-op, but you don't really need co-op to play it. But this one, you have to. So it really incorporates that into the gameplay a lot. It makes it a lot of fun. All right, next up we got Jedi Fallen Order. The game was okay. I don't know much about the Star Wars universe. I was more of a Star Trek guy. I know someone's probably going to get mad at me for that. But one thing I do like about Star Wars is the lightsaber stuff like that. That stuff is very cool. Darth Vader is very cool. I do like some of the stuff. But when they get into like the different politics and all the other stuff they do, I know nothing about it. So yeah, they're very cool. Very good game. I enjoyed it. So yeah, definitely pick it up. I think you can get it like brand new for like $5. And moving on, got a game I really enjoyed, Assassin's Creed Origin. Yeah, I haven't played before this one. The last Assassin's Creed game I played was I think Part 2. And after that, I wasn't really in love with the series. And then they made this one, which plays a lot more like a regular open world game. The combat's very different. So I enjoyed it. Some people didn't like the new formula, you know, that they came out with, but I liked it. You know, the Egyptian setting, all that stuff. It was really, really cool. I really love this game. Next up, after that game came Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which I really, really enjoyed. I played all the DLCs too. I got the Platinum Trophy for both of these games. I think I played this one for over 100 hours, because I liked it that much. Highly recommend it. If you're into open world games and you got a lot of time on your hands, pick this one up. Next up we got Man of Medan. These are from the Supermassive Games. The people call them walking simulators. But not every game, you know, it needs to have action. I kind of like the story because I'm really into horror movies and stuff like that. So this game was perfect for me. So it's pretty much an interactive horror movie, which I really, really like. So if you're into that kind of stuff, pick this one up. And after that one, we have Little Hope, which is in that same series as the last game. It's Dark Pictures Anthology. Really good game. Not as good as Man of Medan. The story in this one's a little more... I don't want to say without spoiling anything in the game, but yeah, it's a different kind of horror, I guess you could say. I don't know. I like the other games a lot better than this one. This one's probably, for me, the weakest one in the series. Next up I have... It's funny, I think the other ones I have for actually a PS5. We have The Walking Dead, a Telltale series. Definitive series. This has all the episodes in it. Very enjoyable, very long story. So I got it because someone said you could plot them in like 10 hours. Yeah, it was not 10 hours. It was like 50 hours. Like I said, it's all the episodes, and it's very, very long. So whoever said that, you lied to me, man. You lied to me. But definitely very good. If you haven't played it, definitely pick it up. You can get it really cheap. And so we got Ghost of Tsushima. Really good game. Highly recommend it. Definitely got to get it. From Sucker Punch. They did a great job on this game. I hope there will be a sequel because I definitely want to play it. I did not play the DLC though. So I think the DLC is co-op. I don't know anybody else that has the game that would be willing to play co-op with me, but I think you can play it by yourself. Maybe, I don't know. I gotta look into it. When I get a chance, I got a lot of games to play. So playing a lot of these DLCs, I just never get a chance to do it. Next up we have A Plague Tale: Innocence. Really good game. Highly recommend you get it. Really good story. Very good atmosphere. And my game is chipped. I don't know how that happened. I better take better care of these apparently. But definitely pick this up if you like a game with a really good story. Next up we have, God, I hope my stack of games over here doesn't fall over, Dragon Quest XI. Another really good game I highly recommend you guys get. If you like JRPGs, this is more traditional with the turn-based combat and a really good story. I think you don't have to play through the whole game twice, but you beat the game, then you have to go back a couple chapters, because it's not like a real ending, so you have to play through like the last parts of the game again to get the actual true ending, which is pretty cool, which I like doing in some of the games. So definitely pick that up. Ooh, like the Leaning Tower over here. Please don't fall, games. Alright, next we got, no introduction, God of War. Everybody knows it's a good game. Not much to talk about with that. I enjoyed it, got the platinum. And let's move on. Bloodborne. I think this is the first Dark Souls type of game I ever played. I haven't played, at the time, I hadn't played any of the predecessors. I played this one, only for a little bit, didn't really get into it that much. So a couple of years later, I went back and played it, and I really, really like it. And now I played like Elden Ring, all those other games too. So I had a lot of fun playing it. I did not get the platinum. I should go back into platinum 1 these days. So we'll see if I go back. I think I'm on my second playthrough where it gets much, much harder, so I don't have to start over and do it my first playthrough because it's way too hard. Multiple playthroughs. Alright, next up we have... Whoop! Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. This one I didn't really care much for. I like the other like Dark Souls type of games, but this one I just couldn't get into. I did finish it, but I just didn't like it. I think it had more to do with the way the combat is, with the parrying and all that stuff. You got to do it over and over and over and over. So some people might like it, some people don't like it. Me, not so much. I don't think I'm going to go back. I'm not going to try to platinum it. I'm just done with the game. Next up, Control. This one I actually did platinum, and I did finish the DLC. Really good story. I think this was from, was it Remedy? Yeah, Remedy Games. Same guys that make Alan Wake. Really good game. Highly recommend it if you're into like the, I don't even know what kind of genre to say this. Horror, not survival horror, but kind of survival horror / sci-fi action. I'm not even sure what genre it falls into. It's like all those. But really good. Highly recommend it. Alright, next up we got, oh my legs are falling asleep. We got Remothered, Tormented Fathers. Really good horror game. I actually did play this one on my channel, so you guys can go and check that one out. There should be a playlist on there somewhere if you guys go through my playlists. So, good game. Check it out. And actually, we have a follow-up to that one. Remothered Porcelain, Broken Porcelain, sorry. I actually played this one first, before that one. I like this one more. Some people like the other one more. I like this one more. Because it has, like, you can upgrade your character, stuff like that. The other one that you just walk around the house. So I highly recommend it if you're into horror games. When it first came out, it was very broken, very glitchy. They fixed all the glitches, so the game plays a lot better now. So definitely pick that up if you're into horror games. Next up we got Nier Replicant. Really good game. Highly recommend it if you like the Nier series. This is actually, not a remake, but the actual Japanese version of just Nier. Because the American version, you played as an older guy. And in the Japanese version, the character was a younger guy. So in this version, you play as the younger guy. They got rid of, I guess they call him Grandpa Nier. And they have like younger Nier. So I think, what was it called? Nier Gestalt? The Japanese version, and just Nier was the American version. Definitely highly recommend this one. I also have the Nier Automata, if I'm pronouncing that right. But I have that one digitally. Like I said, buying these digital games really come back to bite you in the ass when you want to show your collection. So I might have to buy that one actual physical eventually one of these days. So I highly recommend it. A lot of fun playing these games. Definitely pick it up. Next up we got Destroy All Humans remake. Really fun game. The humor is off the charts. It even has a disclaimer because I guess some people might find the humor offensive nowadays. But back then, people didn't get offended like the way they do now, which is weird. But yeah, definitely pick it up. I highly recommend it. I actually have part 2, but I have part 2 on my PS5. Like I said, right now I'm not going to be doing my PS5 collection video. Maybe later on I'll do one, but for right now I'm not doing one. Next up we got Kiba Strip. This is one of the first games I bought for PS4, because when it first came out I didn't know what to buy for PS4, because you know, when they first came out there's not a lot of games. So this is JRPG, can't remember much about it. It was definitely different. I don't want to go into too much detail for YouTube's sake, but yeah, if you want to play a JRPG, pick this one up. It was interesting. Next up we have Days Gone. I really enjoyed this one, even though critics were very not so nice to it because it didn't reflect their political views. But yeah, really good open world zombie game. Highly recommend it. Definitely get it. It's a lot of fun. I really hope they make a part 2. Next up we got, just like the other game I was talking about, just 2 of us or whatever. It Takes Two, I mean, sorry. A Way Out, it's the same exact format made by the same company, where you have to play it co-op with somebody. You cannot play it by yourself. So if you just have just yourself, you can't play this game. Get a friend, get a family member, get this game. It's a lot of fun. Next up, we have, here we go again, one of the good old GameStop classics. Life is Strange. Sorry. As you can see, they did not give me a cover for this game. Just a case. So I might actually go back and try to print out a cover for this, because I like to have my games have covers. So I guess we'll move on since there's not a whole lot to see with this one. You got Daymare 98. It's okay, kind of like a... well, I guess you could say a Resident Evil clone, but not as polished. It's definitely interesting survival horror. If you're into survival horror, pick it up. They actually have a newer version. Oh, God, I can't remember what the newer one's called. I actually have the one I did play on the channel, so go ahead and check that out. I can't remember what it's called. It's Daymare Castle something. I can't remember. But definitely check it out. Next up we got Metro Exodus. Really good game from a really good series. I highly recommend you guys go pick up this game and the rest of the series. They're really good games. I can't sit here and talk about all the stories of all these games. I'll be here all day long. But yeah, definitely pick this up. It's a first-person shooter. So, let's just say that. And it's got horror elements to it. Really good. If you know what the Metro series, then pick it up. Definitely. Next up we got Devil May Cry 5. This one I did not finish because I did not like it. I liked the previous Devil May Cry games, but this one just didn't work for me because I think it was having to switch between the characters constantly. It was just really throwing me off. I didn't like that aspect of the game. I kind of wanted to just play as one character, you know, not keep switching and switching and switching like, oh, the story's taking me all over the place. So yeah, I never finished this one. Maybe I might go back to it someday. We'll see. I don't know. I just didn't love it. Next up we have Friday the 13th. I actually backed this game when they were asking for backers. Oh god, was it on Kick? What's it called? Kickstart? Something I don't remember anymore. Damn. Yeah, like I said, it's still sealed because they gave me a digital copy, so I just played the digital copy. Very fun, but I think the servers for this game are already shut down or they're shutting down. So you can no longer actually play it, which kind of sucks. Because there's just a dispute with the guy who actually owns the rights of Friday the 13th. And, you know, he's being very not so nice with it, so the game got, you know... can't say really... I guess you could say canceled, but yeah, it's kind of sad. I wanted to see the game grow and what it could have became, but yeah, sadly, it didn't go much further than that. So, I would say pick it up, but then, you know, you can't play it. So, the game is, I guess just for nostalgia's sake, you have a game that you can't play. Guess that we got Evil Within 2. I actually enjoyed this one more than the first game. This one's a little more open world, as the first game was just a very linear experience. Oh god, sitting here is making me ache. Okay, this game was really good. I really enjoyed it. Highly recommend you pick it up. A lot of people like the first game. I like this one. So, moving on, we got Onimusha. Really, really good game. Which, if you guys watched my PS2 video I did, I actually got the 4 games on PS2. So they released this one on PS4, so I picked it up. Highly recommend it if you're into the older tank-style controls in the vein of like Resident Evil with the samurai. So really good. Highly recommend it. Next up we got Star Ocean. Some other video, you see I told you guys I have pretty much all the Star Ocean games. I really enjoy them. And they're all just, you know, JRPGs if you don't know. So, really good game. If you want to play, pick it up. Next up we got Star Ocean: The Divine Force. This one actually just came out not too long ago. I did get to play them. Took a little time, but I enjoyed it. Had to play through the game twice because you have to play as both main characters. I hate when they do that. God. Because it adds so much more time to getting your platinum. But yeah, highly enjoyable. I liked it. And you can also upgrade to the PS5 version off of this disc. I think I got the platinum for the PS5 version. I don't want to go back into the PS4 version because I want to spend like another 60 hours playing it. So yeah. But definitely enjoyable. Next up we got Monster Hunter World. Before this game I knew nothing about Monster Hunter. But I do like the game. It was very, very, very enjoyable. I played with a bunch of my buddies. For, God, many hours, actually. So yeah, highly recommend this one. I think they do have a newer one out. I did get the DLC for this also. But yeah, highly recommend that. Next up we got a game that needs no introduction. Final Fantasy VII Remake. You see I got the Delector's edition. I guess I could try to open this up real quick. So, comes with the game, of course. Came with a steelbook case, a art book, and the soundtrack. So I think it was worth the value. I love getting art books and steelbook cases and all that. I love getting collector's editions, period. I did a couple unboxings on my channel actually. Alright, next up we got Final Fantasy 14 Online. I've been playing this game for many, many years. They actually got another expansion coming out very soon, so I definitely gotta get back into playing it again. I usually play when the expansion comes out for about a month or two, then I stop playing because, you know, with these games you gotta pay a monthly subscription to keep playing, and I just can't afford to shell out like, you know, 15 bucks a month just to play a video game. When you got everything else like Netflix and Hulu and everything else costing like 20 bucks a month, you know, it's crazy. But really good game, highly recommend it. Usually, if you buy the game, you get all the other games included, all the expansions for free, which is nice. So definitely pick this up if you're into an MMO. and have lots and lots of time to spend playing one. Alright, next up we have Final Fantasy Type 0. This one I did not like that much. I did get the platinum for it, but I did not like it. It's a very, very, very different kind of Final Fantasy game. If you're into Final Fantasy, want to see what else they have to offer, they kind of do like these spin-offs pretty much all the time with Final Fantasy games. And then pick it up if you're into that. I think you can probably get it for a couple of bucks nowadays. Next up we have Final Fantasy 15, which it was okay. Yeah, the story felt so incomplete and unfinished and rushed. At the same time, it was weird because the game took like almost a decade to come out. It stayed in development hell. But yeah, the game was, like I say, it was okay. It was interesting. It's just the story was just all over the place. Just if it would had a more concise story, I would have probably liked it more. They did have the DLCs, but I didn't want to go back and play them because the game was just ugh. But this was, I think, my very first platinum trophy I did get. So I did finish it. I just never went back and played the DLCs, which were not necessary for the platinum. Maybe I'll go back and play it one day. Like I said, I got too many games to play. Next up we got The Last of Us 2, which a lot of people like. Me, not so much. Maybe I'll get another playthrough one day. I don't know. Because when you play a zombie shooter, you over and over and over again. They make so many of them nowadays. You kind of get sick of playing them. But I don't know. Maybe I'll have another try. Because I know they did re-release this one as not a remaster, but a remake recently. I might give it a try. We'll see. Like I said, I got so many games I already got to get through. So moving on. This nice amount of games over here. We're getting close to the end here, guys. We got Black Mirror. A horror game. No combat. You just walk around, solve puzzles, and try to figure out the story, which I don't even remember what it is. I did play it on my channel. I think it's like one of the first... Well, not one of the first gameplay videos I did, but one of the more recent ones I did when I got back into doing videos for YouTube. So if you want to see what it's about, check out my channel. It's on there. Moving on, we got The Witcher 3. This one I actually bought from Europe, apparently. When I bought it on Amazon, it shipped from Europe. Oops. I meant to buy the American one, but I guess it's the same exact game. Nothing's different. Just took longer to get it because, like I said, I ordered the wrong version. But yeah. Alright, sorry there, guys. My camera stopped after 30 minutes of recording. But yeah, here we go with the Outer Worlds. Really good game, made by the same guys that did the original Fallout games. Or one of them, actually, Obsidian. I think they did Fallout New Vegas, I believe. Yeah, really good game. I'm not sure where my video cut off last. Hopefully I didn't miss a couple games here. I'll be a little irritated if I did. So I'll have to go back and try to record the games that I missed. But anyway, we have Kingdom Hearts 3. As you guys saw in my other video, I do have the first two. I don't have any of the spin-offs, so I might play those one day, who knows? I like the first two games, this one not so much because they did the spin-offs. So when this game came out, I never played the spin-offs since, and then, you know, with this one, had all that extra story that I knew nothing about. It just continues the story. So when you jump in this one, you're like, what's going on? Who are these characters? You don't know. It doesn't really tell you either. So I didn't know what was going on. But yeah, if the game's okay, I wish they would have made it more, like, excluded the spin-offs and just went off of where the second game ended. It would have been better. But anyway, we got Code Vein. More of your anime Dark Souls, which is alright. I liked it. It was okay. I did get the platinum. Took a lot of time. But yeah, enjoyable. If you like Dark Souls game, you like anime, pick it up. Next up we have Fate of Silence. It's an indie game, and it's not very good. The game needs a lot of polish that it never got. And trying to platinum it's a dang name. Near impossible. I tried and tried, but this is, yeah, don't waste your time. It's not worth it. Next up we got Uncharted Collection. I played the first game, Drake's Fortune. Started playing the second game, Among Thieves. I just never got the chance to finish it, and I already played the third game. I did play the fourth game and platinum the fourth game, which I really, really enjoyed. So I'll get back to this eventually. Next up we got Uncharted Lost Legacy. This is actually the first game I played in the Uncharted series. I never played the originals before this one. So I really, really enjoyed it. So that's when I decided to buy Part 4, which I believe I bought digitally. My fault once again. Yeah, really enjoyable. I like the story. I like the gameplay. Stuff like that. So, next up we got Horizon Zero Dawn. What can I say about this game? It's a really good game. I don't have any problems with it whatsoever. Really good story. Really good mechanics. Just really good game all around. Definitely, if you haven't played it, I highly recommend you play it. Next up we got Tales of Vesperia. Really good game. One of my favorites in the series. I could spend many hours playing this game. So I originally played it for the 360. But the 360 version did not have the extra content that this one does, which was in the Japanese version. So with this one, when they released this one, with the rest of the content, they couldn't get Troy Baker back to do the voice of the main character. So they got another actor. So when they're doing the lines, you could tell the difference between the actors. They sound nothing alike. So it will throw you off. That's for sure. Yeah, highly recommend picking it up though. It's really, really good. Next up we got Tales of Berseria. Another really good game in the series. Another one of my favorites. Actually, I pretty much like all the games. Mostly all the games. This one's really good too. I highly recommend you pick this one up. Or just pick up the whole series. They're really good games. Next up we got Tales of, how do you even say this one? Zestiria? This one I never finished. The story, I don't know, I couldn't get into it. I might have to try it again. Like I said, I didn't finish it. I bought it. I actually got the collector's edition of this one. It came with like a big box and a bunch of stuff in the box. Did I do an unboxing for that? I might have. I gotta check my own channel. I don't know. It would have been years ago. But yeah, I think, like I said, I might get back into it. I just gotta start from scratch again. I remember nothing about it. So yeah, I'll have to probably start a whole new gameplay file. But yeah, we'll see. Next we got Spyro Reignited Trilogy. I did get the platinum for all 3 games. Good old throwback to the PS1. Of course, this one being a remake. So there's repolished the whole entire game. Everything is brand new. Looks good. Highly recommend it. Definitely pick it up if you like, feeling nostalgic for PS1 games. Next up, we got Wonder Boy. Really good game. I think this was a remake of the original, because I think you can switch versions in this game to play the original. Yeah, retro mode right there. Play the original and the new one. I did get wait, actually, no, there is no platinum for the one. I did 100% it, but there is no platinum, which is kind of sad. But really enjoyable if you like, you throw back old school games. Next up, we got Persona 5. Really enjoyed this. Had the traditional Japanese turn-based combat. Highly recommend it if you want to play a JRPG. I think it takes about 100 hours to complete. So, yeah, pick it up. It's a really good game. Most people know about the Persona series. They're really good. So, yeah, not much I have to say about it. They're good. It's actually the collector's edition. I did do an unboxing on my video, so go check that out. On my channel, so go check that out. Oh, I keep saying my video. Why do I keep saying that? Next up, we got Destiny. This one's actually still sealed. This came with my PlayStation 4 when I bought it. I had it was like a bundle. It was a special white PS4. It came with this for free. So I had no intention of playing the game. I just wanted to get the white PS4. So I have it. I don't even think this game can even play anymore because they have Destiny 2. So, yeah. It's probably worth nothing. Moving on. We have Naruto Shippuden Ultra Ninja Storm 4. I think I played this game for maybe a couple hours. That was it. I'm not really good at fighting games. Yeah. Sorry. Don't have much to say about it. I like anime and stuff, but man, fighting games I'm not really good at. So yeah, moving on. As you see, I don't have many fighting games in my collection at all. It's Metal Gear Solid 5, Phantom Pain. Yeah, I remember I actually bought this one digitally when I first got my PS4. But for some reason it wouldn't download, so I had to go buy this version because I wanted to play it. And then Sony would not refund me my money for the digital version. So I'm stuck with the digital and this version. So yeah, I was out $100 because I had to buy 2 different versions. So yeah. Lucky me. But yeah, it was an okay game, not as good as the originals. Like the first. What was the fourth game? I remember part 3. 4, yeah, 4 was for PS3. I bought it. I didn't have PS3. I wanted to play on my cousin's PS3. Let him borrow it and never give it back. So it's another game that got stolen from me. Yeah, guys, like I keep telling you, all my games get stolen. Next up, we have South Park: The Fresher But Whole. Really good game. What more can I have to say about it? Highly recommend everybody play it. Actually, I think I had this one for the 360. I think that was in the video, right, guys? I can't remember. But yeah, really good game. Really good humor. Highly recommend it. Definitely pick it up. Get both games. I think you can get both together for really, really cheap. And that should be it for my PS4 games. I don't think I have any more anywhere. Yeah, I think the rest of my collection is PS5. I'm not going to cover my GameCube games, because I only got a couple, so it'd be like a 2-minute video. With that, guys, I guess that's it, and I will see you guys next time.